Apparently I'm making photo sculpture. Apparently I've heard that.
You didn't know that.
I didn't know that. But yeah, there's something about photography where it's like the malleability of it, and that, you know, our lives get miniaturized by it and it gets enlarged by it, and how it, you know, I'm very much interested in consumer culture, and so photography is so prevalent within advertising, and it's just a lot of how we see the world. And I think there's also something, the way that you can isolate something with a frame. The piece is called New York City Rooftop, and it's something I shot on film years ago when I was doing this residency or an exchange in New York City, and it was in a building where there was a lot of other artists, and this rooftop was just full of these strange sort of abandoned objects, and there was this platform up there, so everything that's in the video was entirely on this roof. And so, you know, I sort of like this idea of it being this existing collection that I kind of cataloged through taking the photographs of it. And it was also interesting how the platform spoke so much about product photography as well. I guess I will use artist detritus as I'll kind of repurpose it. And so a lot of the objects that were on this roof were sort of like abandoned sculptures or just kind of leftover materials or beer cans from artists hanging out. And so, I don't know, it seemed like there was a nice narrative that could happen within these objects coming together on this platform. Like, I like the composition of objects. I like things, I'm interested in what people collect. I've done pieces where I photograph that things people have on mantelpieces. My work's a lot about modes of display, and so modes of display are kind of, you know, about still life. And also photography is often the way that still life is, like, especially in relation to product photography, it's often the way that still life is documented. In anything I make, there has to be this, like, kind of visual experience that you're drawing to first, but then, you know, there's lots of layers that you can investigate, so.